When I did my first tattoo on someone, it was just a little tiny tribal butterfly. I was so scared. I threw up afterwards because I was so nervous. This teeny little thing that now I could probably do in 10 minutes took me, I think, an hour and a half.
Cynthia Rouge was an illustrator and art director for over 20 years. She was freelancing when a woman saw her work and asked if she had ever tattooed. 10 years later, Cynthia is the owner of Cirque de Rouge, a tattoo shop that recently opened to the public in May.
I wanted it to be different, something a little more elegant, and to also carry through the aesthetic, which is largely based in my Louisiana heritage. So that's when the French names started to come up. And because it was a 3-ring circus in here half the time with getting everybody organized, getting things done, Cirque is the French for circus. And then I thought maybe Cirque de Noir, black for the ink, noir, black. But then I found out that was the name of a sex club, so I couldn't use that because Googling might lead to some really confused clients. And so I just went with the next best, which was Cirque de Rouge. It really means the Red Circus.
The shop embodies an old-timey circus, from the large electric letters inside to the various mounted animal heads on the walls, which Cynthia has collected throughout the years.
It was all stuff I like to draw, so anytime I saw it, I would pick it up. And next thing you know, I had rooms full of taxidermy. So when we opened a shop, I'm like, good, I've got high ceilings, I can hang it up, and I've got antlers to draw and animals to draw, and we do tend to do a lot of animals. So I try to include things that these guys can use for reference as well. Besides the fact that it just helps when people sit down, takes their minds off stuff, because it's a lot to look at. It's also a lot to dust.
For Cynthia, the training she had as a publishing illustrator ultimately helped her in the long run.
I went through formal training in art school, I went through regular jobs, but still working in the art field, so I'm glad I started that way. I really am, because the work ethic was there. The idea of, planning work, planning illustrations, it was all there. It could all be applied to tattooing. So that was nice. I think if I'd started when I was 18, I would have failed miserably, because I wouldn't have been mature enough to really worry about the fact that I was doing this to somebody. It wasn't about me and my art, it's actually about the person that's getting the tattoo.
And that's what I like about Cynthia. She'll put your ideas on paper, give you a look at it, and then make the modifications, and then you get the tattoo.
David started his dragon tattoo back in March of 2012, when Cirque de Rouge was a private shop. Due to scheduling and his pain tolerance, he has had multiple visits throughout the year to see Cynthia.
It's sort of a burning sensation, really. There are certain times where you're filling in, doing the shadowing and the color, where it feels like it's a burning, it's a scrape. But the line work it's a smaller needle, it's a single needle, and it hurts quite a bit. It's a lot of pinpricks at one time, and it hurts a lot.
After 22 months, David's tattoo was completed.
That's the hard part. Your art walks away. You get a picture and it's gone. I mean, you heard when Dave left, I'm like, come back, stop by. You don't have to get tattooed, but you develop relationships with people. You would like to see them again, whether you're tattooing them or not. And that's the other nice thing about tattooing is you develop relationships with people that you'd never meet normally. It's something different every day.